I'm live here. Alrighty, everybody. I'm live. G'day there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel today. We are going to be live for a double header here today. We've got the first game I'm going to be streaming between Gold Coast and Collingwood. It's a sellout game at Metricon or Heritage Bank Stadium. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a I think this will be a good. Yeah, I think this can be a definitely good game. Also, the game after, which we'll be doing on another stream. I've got the predictions for both games up, so yeah. Grass 10 in chat. Good to see it. Currently watching Freo 2013-2015 highlights. Yeah, unfortunately, Fremantle, they were looking good, but the Bulldogs have blown them away this last quarter. Jackson hits the post. G'day, Richmond Tigers fan. Good to see you in chat. We were robbed even though we lost by 35 points. I'm not sure what the free kick count is or anything like that. I mean, I have seen there was a few, like that goal that put the Dogs in front from lob. I don't think that was a free kick. So, yeah. We've got the Bulldogs and Fremantle in a couple of weeks, so I'm not sure how we're going to go against them. The fact that we lost to the Cat... we didn't... I keep on thinking to myself we lost to the Cats, but we didn't. It's just that the way we played felt like we lost. It's a hard game to tip. I don't know what game you're talking about, Richmond Tigers fan. But I can see a Gold Coast upset. Like, it isn't impossible. That wasn't a free kick, and that's what gave them momentum to win. If it wasn't a free kick, I guarantee you would have really won. Well, I get, that is a fair comment. Although you can't guarantee. But yeah. Suns by 5. I feel like there's got to be at least one, like an upset or like really good game out of these two. I'm watching the end of the other games. Adelaide versus North, I must say, it's been a very long game. Some really long quarters in that game, surprisingly enough. Dude, I was like a couple minutes behind. I was like, because it could be one of the few occurrences, like if there's a few more goals where there is like a game that started like the whole time slot earlier that clashes with the Twilight game. The Crows North game looked like it was going to be a thriller. North they were good in the first like quarter and a half, but Adelaide got at the end of the second quarter onwards, it's been all the Crows. See, you said at the start of the season when Sydney played Geelong and lost by a lot because it was at GMHBA, now it's the SCG, it was a draw. Yeah, I think that the ground factor when Geelong play is a lot of a thing. It is a bit of a factor with us too. Yeah, but also we saw a totally different Geelong side and a totally different Sydney side as well than what we saw. Like we saw Geelong probably put out their best performance of the year when they played against us in the first grand final rematch. But then we saw them put up not the best performance from them. They've definitely had better performances this year, even though they haven't been at their best all season. And then we had a shocking game at GMHBA, but we played well and we should have, if we kicked straighter, we should have definitely got the win. We got a draw, we salvaged a couple of scores late, being 8 points down with 5 minutes left, you can lose a lot of games from that scenario. But in the context of the season, it wasn't enough for us, I don't think. Gained a couple of subscribers. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. On the road to 4K, we've only got 66 more to go. G'day, John Rose. Good to see you in the chat. You said hi again. I don't remember you. I might remember you from last stream. Or one of my other ones. So the Dogs will win, and so will the Crows will win as well. I'm going to be 4 out of 4 in tips. Or, 3.5 if you... Because the draw is like... It's annoying that was the game that was tough to tip. If Sydney could just kick straight, I would have gotten a clean 4 out of 4 tips. But I've still done well, at least. You were at Sydney vs Saints, that live stream. Yeah, that one was a game to forget. We've had a lot of games to forget this year, unfortunately. You liked it? Yeah, good. That's good to hear. I like people who really enjoy the streams. I do appreciate them. Alright. We'll get the Gold Coast vs Collingwood pre-game up now, because it's going to be close to starting. And we've got like a sellout crowd at Heritage Bank Stadium. And I know a lot of like people from Melbourne and the community are going there. So that's good. That's interesting. Sammy GFC is travelling over. How are you? I'm 14. I turned 14 like 6 days ago. Adelaide North, like I want it to kind of overlap. It would just be kind of rare. Anyway, I'm glad to tip the Dogs. Not a bad tip. Although, a lot of people tip the Bulldogs, but I don't know if you would have tipped the Dockers, so get a tip on that age, or on that front. Anyways, guys, what are your predictions for today's games? Both of them I'd like to see. I've gone Collingwood by 15 and Port Adelaide by 2. I didn't have enough to say big calls. I'll just say my big calls now though for the games. For this Gold Coast Collingwood game, I'll say I don't know if this is a big call or not, but Brisbane Lions Magician from I seriously got rated by Coast Club. Yeah, that's definitely going to do me the world of good. I'm definitely going to get plenty of viewers from a Coast Club raid. I couldn't make a video on my predictions, but Pies by 12. You think Pies by 8? I could see a Pies win and a thriller. I could definitely see that. Good to see that bloke in chat. Nash Paris, g'day. Hopefully going well, mate. Got the 8 viewers in chat. Adelaide. Dawson. See the end at Adelaide vs North. But if wrong, it'll probably be close. Also, the Bulldogs are the first team to win off the bye when playing a team not coming off the bye. That's very interesting. So Port Adelaide are coming off the bye tonight. So the Bulldogs are the first team. Yeah, that's something interesting. That's a good win then. So at least. Adelaide v North. Yeah, I'm watching that. No more goals there. It's going to cut it close with the time when the Gold Coast vs Collingwood game starts. Adelaide with a big win. I'm watching the closing stages now. Can Tex Walker kick another one? I saw Tex Walker kick an absolute ripper. Rankin, Murphy. Rankin's kicked a 5. That's a thing. I did not know that. 5 goals. Jeez, that's a massive number. Highlight wheel. Whoa. Rankin, Dawson. Taylor Walker. Oh, surely goes for home. O'Brien is going to get a free kick. AFL Legend 4K. Yeah, hopefully we can reach that milestone soon. Thoughts of me getting you to 9 viewers right now after I rated you. I mean, a couple viewers, that's, I appreciate that, if you just give me some. Jeez, O'Brien's tried his best, Tom Hickey, replication to bloody miss from, like, point blank range. Bloody Ruckman's thing to do, miss from there. You subbed while watching Swans vs Saints. That bloke says, lol. I am interested to see how Gold Coast will attack this game against the Pies. Because with all that we know, like, Collingwood could really come out and just statement against the Suns. But this is, like, the big game for the Suns. Like, they want to be a serious contender. Oh, Rankin's selfish. You reckon it won't be smashing? Bad loss by 14. Yeah. I think if you're talking about a Swans versus Saints game, yeah, that was not ideal. Mr. Flying Pies is here. Obviously a Pies fan. Yeah, well, I think Collingwood will be too strong for Gold Coast. I just think Gold Coast, they're a good side. They're at home. This could be similar to what they had against Melbourne. You know, against Melbourne they had a really tight game. But it's going to be critical because Gold Coast, we've seen a few times in these big games, they just don't turn up early on, and it can hurt them. So Adelaide beat North Melbourne by 66 points. They'll put up a fight, but Collingwood will end up winning. Yeah. Exactly how I'd explain it. I feel like this is a really, like, big chance for there to be a what was I going to say? The biggest crowd, Gold Coast Suns home crowd, potentially. Alright, here we go. All focus on the Suns and Pies as Adelaide win. Yeah, comfortably. About to start the game today. Yeah, here we go. I mean, for the Swans' sake, it'd be better for Gold Coast to lose. Freo lost, so it's a good thing for us. But now because the Crows won, we're now 6 points out of the 8, a win and a half. Yeah.
Collingwood sit atop of the AFL ladder. The Suns play the Pies, and then they play Port Adelaide next week. So the two top teams.
So yeah, Gold Coast got a massive couple of weeks. I do want to see a good game though, and if Gold Coast win, I can't be mad because seeing Gold Coast, like, this is the game. It really feels like Gold Coast. These are just wins that they make so much a difference. They make so much of a difference at this time of the season if they want to play finals. All right.
What better start than today? It's always a close game last year against them, which they lost the Pies.
Alright, here we go. What can the Suns put up tonight against the top of the table Pies? The siren sounds are about to get underway here from Heritage Bank Stadium. And we're underway. Witts and Cameron go to battle on the ruck. Rao sharks it. He does well. Gets the footy to Anderson. The Suns can blast forward. Early on, Casbold goes for the fly back. Humphrey to get the Suns off to the perfect start, but he's kicked it high up and under. Don't know if this is 15. Oh, that's a good mark from Hoskinelli. It went just about hit the sky. We lost against Gold Coast game. Gold Coast versus Hawthorn. So how? Kick. Down the line. Goes out of bounds. So just setting in. You're back, good to see. So Anderson with a footy, a half back. Mr. Collins short, but it's chopped off. This is where Collingwood really are threatening. Dacos to Dacos. One of the best link-ups. Cox is outworked by Mac Andrew. He takes a strong mark. 5 viewers. Solid start to the stream. If you've got anyone else who wants to tune in, get your mates in here. It's going to be a big night of the streaming. Ballard short to Collins. Collins looks down the line. Witts flies but can't mark. Pendlebury. Markov gets tackled. He's a former son. Josh Dacos. He's classy as ever. Goes inside. Pinpoints it. Oh, that's a good mark from Mychek. Mychek being on the edge of his range. From about 53 out. Gee whiz, North got pumped again. Well, North Melbourne haven't been pumped as regularly as of late. But yeah, the Crows are a really good side at home though. And it was a pretty expected result. And here goes Mychek to open the scoring for Collingwood. Goes with a dart. Oh, he's hit the post. It wasn't a bad looking kick. It didn't look like it was going to go through. Tried its best, but to behind. Collingwood, first score of the afternoon. Or of the evening. Really. So Power to bring it back in. It'd be, for Gold Coast to win this game, they can't go into their shell. They've really got to do it, and that's a good sign. Ben King, strong mark over Darcy Moore. Wants to play on. Goes down, but Collingwood set up very well down back and Markov. He's a former son. I don't know if he'd get the boos, because Gold Coast, they don't have a huge support base. Noble, one of the most underrated players, goes to Maynard. Maynard off to Mitchell. He doesn't get his left side. Have to go on the right boot. Goes over Mac Andrew. Lipinski leads the race to the footy. Back to Hoskinelli. It centres the ball. Witts is set up. That should have been a free kick. Anderson gets rid of it just in time. Or Brody Mychek could be injured. Dacos has a shot. KO is really buffering. Kicks the second point of the game. To the Pies. Will you do Hawthorn versus... No, I won't do that game because I'm going to be playing footy at the time. And I'm not going to do a game tomorrow because Sunday I feel like just the streams on Sunday, they're not as good. I decided to do this Sunday doubleheader, make the most of it. Swallow goes wide to Casbold. He's got some space. Gold Coast have a couple of options, but that's... And it's really well picked off from Murphy in defence. He as well, another player having quite an underrated year.
The one defender was in the middle, so he either had to kick it shorter and drag the teammate up or kick it long over the top.
It was a 2-on-1 as well, so he did very well. Forced the stoppage. Suns have a big opportunity here. Though Witts in the ruck. Dacos to Mitchell. Hoskin Elliott. Lipinski tackled straight away and over the boundary line. Up the Pies said sub for Skids. Yeah, there's plenty of Pies fans. And at the moment, on a brighter note, Smilly's still at the crease. Yeah. Here you go, the Pies. This can be Collingwood's best. Markov, he's had a good start. This is too easy from a Gold Coast perspective. And Elliott squeezing it home. Gets the first goal for Collingwood. Yeah, and it's the way that Collingwood play. It's the way Collingwood play. They spread in the numbers and they handballed off quickly, and that can show what happens. Gee whiz, there, matey. Richmond absolutely crunched. Yeah. Richmond did do that. It's going to be an interesting game next week against them on Thursday. I don't really know what to expect. I hope we win, but I'm not sure because even though Richmond got pumped, it was against the Lions at the Gabba and they looked deadly. Hopefully we can win, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Back in the middle. Rao misses Witts with a handball. McCreary straight onto it, comes through Pendlebury. Crisp on the right foot. Heads to Elliott. Ballard hands it out to Powell. But once again, a poor kick. And Gold Coast, those are the errors that, you do not want to have early on in the game. So Hoskin Elliott. Here's the football. Top of the goal square. Kick. Witts gets a hand on it. Mitchell is taken to ground level. Flanders tries to get out there. McCreary finds an inch. But he's missed. So Collingwood, they've dominated the proceedings here early. They've not really nailed the Suns on the scoreboard yet. Suns, I really want the Suns to show something. I did stream a Suns game before against Geelong, and they got absolutely spanked. That's a good kick to Roses. Roses finds along McPherson. Finds the coaches, who's been having a ripper year. You go. Look for the options. Holman can't quite. Roses picks the footy. Couple 1%ers. Witts to Fiorini. Big chance for the Suns, but he's missed. Cute. It's not even a score though. So that's not a bad result for Gold Coast. Get a boundary throw in. Rather than a behind. This is a really good opportunity for the Suns, and these are ones that they probably have to take. Witts Humphrey. Looks dangerous, but Darcy Moore. Hoskin Elliott. Underground to Quainer. Looked like he was out of bounds there. Kick it though. Oh, Ballard takes a very strong mark in the pack. G'day Sports Dunk, good to see you, mate. Plays do Gia West vs Hawthorn. I don't know, I might do that. But who knows? I haven't looked forward to next week yet. The coast is long. Kiaswell. Witts flies for it. Howard back to Quainer. Now Markov, he can run. He's been having a really good start. You can hear the boos faintly for him. Bobby Hill in a contest with McPherson. McPherson, he slips over Collins comes in and does well. McPherson now back. Although the Pies tackle pressure. Collins, they keep on going. Markov with another effort. Oh, it's kicking in danger though. I hope the Suns don't get flogged in one of the biggest games in their history. Yeah, this is... Like, I do hope they don't. I think Collingwood are winning nonetheless. Like, I just don't know if Gold Coast have the calibre to beat Collingwood. They just don't. And even despite being at home, they're still probably well outnumbered in the crowd. Okay, it's just a Powell. Powell can go long. Cameron floated in more. Dispossessed. Holman, and it's a high tackle. Or high contact. I do not know about that. We'll see this on the replay. Did you get taken high? Ooh, I mean, Quainer sticks the arm out, but it doesn't look like a clear high tackle free kick. I wouldn't blame the Pies fans for being angry at that. Anyways, Holman. This is very important for the Suns. Comes in. Oh, but he's hit the post. Hit the post. And the Suns, the first score, but it's not a major one. If you're going to beat Collingwood, you don't want to miss opportunities. We've seen what happened both times Adelaide played them. Missed the opportunities and it cost them. Markov goes wide to Murphy. You can see how well drilled a side the Pies are. Suns will be up and about for this game, I reckon it will be close. Yeah, but I also have that feeling that Gold Coast could get beaten convincingly as well if they don't show up. Like we've seen, we saw last year a close game between them. We've seen a few close ones between these two before. We had the 2014 game where Ablett hurt his shoulder, which was, an absolute classic. The Gold Coast won one of their better wins in their history. Weller. Handballs. Gets it forward. The millimetres crisp. Back to Hoskin Elliott. But Collins reads that well. Yeah, they could get pumped. Or it'll be a... Yeah. Howe gets a fist in McCreary. Off to Mitchell. Mitchell can find him. Dacos. Now, does Dacos... You never want to doubt Dacos. I mean, he's going to play on. Oh, he goes for it. Oh, he's missed. The goal umpire stayed fairly central, though. Anyways, Collingwood. They've not been accurate so far with the kicking. 1-4. So that's a thing that, keeps Suns in the game. Although it could be a lot worse on the scoreboard for them. Power goes long. Soccer from Frampton to Crisp. Hands it all those straight to Oyer. They weren't on the same page. Maynard, a great 1%er. To Crisp. He can go for home. But he sprayed it on the full. Yo, Coast Club, good to see you, mate. Oh, I feel like Gold Coast... They look a bit nervous with how they've gone about it, though. Well along down the line. You can see, just in the crowd, a ton of Pies fans. Gold Coast now actually have, more people following them. GWS probably have the worst atmosphere because literally no one just cares when, GWS are playing. Crowd looks like just Suns fans to me. Yeah. I know, look at the Suns crowd. They've got, a ton. They've got one of the biggest fan bases in the competition. The Suns with a chance, but Howe and Moore work well. Goes wide to McCreary. Yeah, GWS is the worst than Suns, to be honest. It used to be the Suns. The Suns would have games even sides like Adelaide would get more fans than Gold Coast at Metricon. This definitely isn't the scene black and white. Yeah. Although, You know, it won't be like Gold Coast. At least they're at their home ground, so it's like, you know, doesn't really matter. Normally nowadays, like against the Hawks game, probably would have been even with like the fans that they were at the game. Here goes Crisp. This could be dangerous out the back. Elliott's going to have to be well defended by Ballard. Oh, he keeps it in. Oh, what a goal that is. They're going to review that, but that looks like an absolute beauty. Did you just say Swans would have one of the best friends? They probably get more than Saints. You think the red seats help it unlike the MCG? Did the... Oh, the umpire called it a goal. Oh, what a... That's just an amazing play from Elliott. 40 IQ. They get nowhere near us, guys. Shut up. We got 70k this year. That honestly is probably one of the most high IQ players we've seen all year. Big potatoes in chat. And there's the confirmation of the goal. What a... Yeah, goal. But footy smarts, like, as fun as... I thought he was going to go with a backheel finish. I mean, Ballard did it quite well, but that's just such a smart play. Like, and I think he would have thought to do it with, like, someone else. Something phenomenal. Like, that won't win goal of the year, but that is an absolute bloody high IQ moment. It is weird how they've got the blue centre squares in the middle. Dacos. You got Elliott. Once again, bro, did he intentionally slap that to Dacos? Good smother by Andrew. Ainsworth comes through, goes for distance, but Quaynor takes a grab. I was thinking about tipping Freo today. Glad I didn't. And Dogs won off the bye, which is rare. Yeah, that's the first team is one off the bye when playing a side who didn't. I had a feeling at least one would. Yeah, I was considering tipping Freo, not just because of that, but also Freo have the capability to win those games, and you just don't know what they're going to put up. It's a ball up inside. The Pies attacking 50. This is once again danger for the Suns. They've been on the back foot since minute 1, it feels like. Cox. Anderson. It's pretty low scoring ground as well, Metricon Stadium. The conditions don't really help. Markov kicks. Goes really high. Collins fights with Mychek. And he'll fight for it. It's a real scrimmage. And that's going to be a ball up. Yeah, I'm 4 out of 4 technically in tips. Sydney versus Geelong, though, it annoys me that Sydney just... Well, not just because, obviously, I wanted Sydney to win, but... Oh, great IQ. Speaking of IQ, Dacos. Geez, the Suns are barely hanging on to the defence. They've done well to clear this. Markov, once again, he's been everywhere so far. Adams back to the hot spot. Casbolt, he's in defence. Crisp. This is a big opportunity, and he goals it. So Collingwood, geez, this could get ugly for the Suns the way it's going. And a very well worked Pies goal though, and Crisp gets it this time. It is classic Collingwood pressure. They just hunt the ball carrier really well, and yeah, at the moment the Suns, they really don't look like they've barely had a sniff so far. This is concerning for the Suns. Yeah, but Collingwood are really flexing their muscles, though, with this kind of performance. Nick Dacos is an absolute star, man. You'll be back at halftime. Yeah, but these are the kind of starts Collingwood can get, and then Collingwood can kind of falter a bit. Well, we saw Adelaide come back. They were in this position and they really got it back. But Collingwood are on the attack again. The Suns are just... It's an onslaught. It's a black and white onslaught. Ballard trying to reprieve to Anderson. Keeps it in, goes down the line. But Quaynor strong in the marking contest. Can't quite take the mark. But these, they just... Gold Coast have barely been given an inch so far. Suns need the next to steady. Yeah, Gold Coast they need to get on the board. I mean, I streamed a Gold Coast game last year. Oh, once again, Dacos is just so good. He kicks off the ground. Not quite there. Oh, Matty Rouse run past it. Mitchell to Dacos, to Nick, or to Josh. Oh, that should have been a mark to Taylor Adams. Lipinski, the Pies might still get it. The Suns, they'll clear momentarily. But it could easily come back. Many fly. The Pies just are giving the Suns literally no time whatsoever. They have not been able to get clean possession. Where runs past it. In the blue boots. Cardi tipped the Suns, which isn't looking good. Yeah. This has been a week, not... It's been a pretty easy tipping week. Sydney versus Geelong was a tough game, but it was a draw, so everyone got the tip right. So far, I think a lot of people would be, at least a lot of people should be 3 out of 4. You might be, unless you went a Freo or a Richmond upset, who knows? But yeah. Weller down the line. It's a Pies free kick. As the one time the Suns take a strong grab, it's a free kick anyways to Collingwood. Noble with the footy, goes to Maynard. Pies have been in control from minute 1 of this contest. But this is what you get with a top side Collingwood. Noble down the line. Cox. Oiron's pass once again. Dacos, so clean with the footy. Nick Dacos, speaking of clean, he wasn't quite clean there, but he's just... I don't know how the Dacos can just find ways to just get into space. Oh, Ben Long, he's dropped a uncontested chest mark. Bobby Hill will run in. Oh, he's just rubbing and salt into the wounds here, and he kicks the goal. This is just phenomenal from Collingwood. We've got 13 watching at the moment. Jeez, this just shows, this is an ominous sign for the Pies, They are just playing so well. Is it just me or are the Suns role players not good enough in these big games like One Roses and Flanders and stuff? I feel Oya so far and Roses, they just haven't been quite good enough. Where are you watching it? I'm watching it on KO Sports. But yeah, it looks really ominous from Collingwood. But this is what they can do though. We've seen Collingwood be really deadly at times this year. They're gonna win by 60 if they keep this up. Yeah, Collingwood I don't know if they'll keep it up for the whole game. They're not the side they don't play full on for the 4 quarters. Wits can just about get it to the 50 for Gold Coast. Although Quaynor, they still... And Collingwood, just look at how they spread. And they get so much space. McPherson gets and goes. Flanders, but he's just unsure where to go. Short to Atkins. Fiorini inside 50. Oh, Darcy Moore, where did he come from to pluck that? And they play on straight away. Over to Quaynor. Quaynor to Dacos. With a left boot. Finds Noble. Noble. Can kick long. Collins with a fist. Rao. Humphrey. The Suns have a good opportunity here. Flanders. To Fiorini. The Suns, though, they're slowing the game down, which is, they want to stop the bleeding. But, Gold Coast, it's crazy how Collingwood play the way this side when they're a few goals down needs to when they're already up. Oh, King. Oh, that looked like a mark to me. Swallow smothered once again. Tries to tap, but Collingwood have plenty of numbers there. Good tackle from Flanders to lock it in on Howe. So Gold Coast, they just must kick a goal. They have to get on the board here, the Suns. Both balls it up. Collingwood clear through Cameron. McCreary. Although it's Gold Coast free kick. So, yeah, Gold Coast, the thing is, Gold Coast's, like their only behind was from a free kick. This is a free kick once again. And they just really need a goal here, the Suns. The Suns also, I haven't pointed this out, but they're wearing their Indigenous guernsey in this game. Interesting. How they're doing that. Lockie Wellodies. Be interesting to see if he has this range. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Oh, but it's touched on the line. He didn't put enough venom into it. It's on the line. And as soon as I back up, Quainer, he just burst through. This is going to be a goal, potentially straight from the kicking. Just about get it out, but Collingwood have already gone from the kicking to inside 50, well inside 50. But there's more danger here for the Suns. Mitchell can have a shot, but it's not going to be a score. Anyone Montagna. This game, we have to see something in this game though. Like, the Suns just have got to prove something. It's Collingwood push on more. As a Collingwood fan, I feel like we barely get any free kicks. Oh, I'm not sure. It's weird, you know. I mean, a lot of fans feel like that. Like, it can be on and off in games. At times, you know, it's right. You know, like Collingwood, I mean, they might have had a couple of games. I mean, the game last week, you get an advantage against the Crows, but a couple of games away from them, there's another free kick to the Suns. The Suns have had quite a few free kicks so far, but Collingwood are good enough. Like, even if every umpiring decision goes away, they still find a way. It seems like down the line, it's one inside 50 for the Suns. Inside Wits, Row, almost dumped, but not quite. Grasso's Ballantyne over Montagna and Pav over Rui. Free kicks, Gold Coast 5 to Collingwood 1. I think the free kick counts like now it's like 7-2. Something. Dacos once again. A Noble takes the mark. Noble long. Cox can't mark that. Goes out of bounds. So 21 seconds left. Gold Coast don't look like they're going to kick a goal in the first quarter. Just played 22 in the game. I have no idea. I think side bottom might be 22 for Collingwood. Or the Gold Coast 22. Wireless, yeah, edits says wet toast to poop. Well, they're not very good. Swallow the last chance. Oh, but Quainer once again. So solid. And that's quarter time. And it's been all the Pies so far in this one. And the Suns, it's looking quite poor for them at the moment. It's been Collingwood domination. Like, Gold Coast haven't even really looked like kicking a goal yet, apart from a couple of opportunities. But they've barely created anything so far. Anyways, not ideal for the Suns. Yeah, Graz Pav was like, he was able to dominate. Yeah, he was able to play great in many positions. Exactly. The thing is, like, as much as I got 4 out of 4, I've only got up 8,000 places in the ESPN Footy Tips app. Surprised not many. I didn't get much more because Bulldogs was free. It's not like that was you know, like I went up 5,000 for Brisbane Richmond. I mean, that was a game with a margin, but like I don't know. So this could be looking like me 5 out of 5. The tipping, we've got an Essendon vs Port after. Collingwood win by 27. I could see Collingwood winning by a lot more than that at the moment. I only tipped them by 15, but yeah. Nah, side bottom. He's not playing. I think he's meant to return in round 18, which we'll see. The Pies next week. They've got the Dogs at Marvel. The Dogs are gonna hit some form against Freo, but I think Collingwood, not only like really good sides can beat Collingwood. We've only seen Brisbane and Melbourne do it to them so far. I think Port Adelaide can at Adelaide Oval. That's going to be an absolute ripper, that game. Free have got Collingwood in a couple of weeks at the MCG. Going to be a good game. I've tipped Hawthorn, and that's the one upset I've gone for, tipping the Hawks to beat Carlton. I'm contemplating whether I should, though, because, you know, there should be an upset somewhere, but, you know, tipping that can be risky because I don't want to just waste an opportunity to get a 9 out of 9 with tips. We'll see what it's like. AO, you look like a new person without your Swan shirt. I know, I wear it on all streams. That's because the Swan, normally I stream when the Swans are playing. This is also this is also a new jumper, finally. All the goals in Graz. Like, you just having chats about, you know, who's better. You know, like, I don't know what side to be on. Like, I really don't.
I imagine Buddy was best friends with a brilliant astronomer, until one day she was taken by aliens. I mean, what else would
So I'm still injured.
the greatest stuff in the world?
I mean, it was really bad to see him get injured, I have to say. These results though, like, I kind of want the Suns to win, even though it's better for Sydney. Like, if Sydney won, we would, I mean, we wouldn't be in the eight at the moment, but we would have been in ninth place if we won. Actually, wait, yeah, if Robbie Fox kicked that goal, we would have been in ninth place. When's your next compilation video for 50k views? The thing is, because the AFL was a lot more strict now with like copyright things, I don't really want to do a heap more. Jeez, I don't know, like, this is getting so many viewers. I never get this many playbacks on the streams. It's weird how it's like I stream the Swans. I mean, I get that Riles Mack is always streaming. It's probably because the Swans play a lot of prime time games because we did really well last year. We're giving them. Yep. But we'll see when we return the proceedings how the Suns respond and how they can get back into this game. Went on to it. Yeah, Markov, his footy so far has been terrific. Are you able to show the players on the screen? No. Liam Roblox, I will get banned and potentially my channel could get taken down if I do that. We're doing good. Yeah, the Pies, they've done great so far. Okay. Gold Coast, it feels like these big games are just, they start off especially not well at all. Here we go, their second term underway from Heritage Bank Stadium. Witz gets the tap. Oh, Crisp goes to Don't Argue. Kick towards Bobby Hill. He's electric. Comes off the boot of Swallowed. Hill kicks up towards Elliott. It goes out of bounds. Show Telstra tracker. Well, you know, that is, an interesting thing, Telstra tracker. But I'm looking now. Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched the tracker for a very long time though. It's interesting though. Look at Bobby Hill. He's gotten way better. He's better at Collingwood than the Giants. Well, he's been very good at the Pies. I will say that. Who are you thinking of doing a collab with next? I don't know, really. But I'm not planning on doing any real collabs soon. Adams hangs that out. Oh, how is that drifted back? Well, I don't know what's happened. Oh, well, it's a free kick. Anyway. What do you think of Collingwood outnumbering the Gold Coast fans? Well, I knew it was going to happen because we all know Gold Coast, they just don't have that big of a fan base. They get, at least they're a decent team now, so they can, and at home they can be solid. But yeah, Collingwood have just such a big fan base, so yeah, and we see they play Richmond and that, and even Geelong. They just would outnumber them. Oh, King, close to the mark, gives out to Witz, but Josh Dacos holding back there, kicks in the middle of the Crisp. Another very good kick. They just picked teams apart. On Mac Andrew. Although Bobby Hill right onto it. Goes for a handball. Cox just tries at ground level. Big Coxie. Crisp. The tackle by Rao. Rao goes to Lukosis. Jeremy Howe comes in now. Josh Dacos. Out to Quaynor. Quaynor off to Howe. Howe goes to Markov. Markov goes to Moore. You wish the game was on TV. Well, Collingwood have got a lot of games on Channel 7 anyway. But, yeah, games, look, I just watch them on the phone because I have to, because, yeah, on my own. Suns are playing shit. Well, they're not playing how they want to so far. Although I think it is a lot about how Collingwood have played. But I will say though, Gold Coast, they do really need a lift into this game. Taylor Adams, he goes for the snap, but he's absolutely munged it. Swallowed. Oh, but it's Cox's free kick in the square. How old are you? I am 14. I turned 14 very recently though. Got 16 viewers. Jeez, I was not expecting this with a stream. Sometimes these neutral streams for whatever reason can go alright. But yeah, if the Suns get pumped here, that'd be very disappointing for them. Yeah. Even just big game and they just don't perform, It's just not good for them, really. And Cox goals it. So that's 5 in a row. Start off for Collingwood. And it's really not looking nasty at the moment for Gold Coast. They just have not gotten anything going so far. And yeah. If the Suns still haven't got a goal in 10 minutes, the game's going to be all of a sudden gone. Yeah. Hopefully Gold Coast do respond though. I don't know how the Suns get back into this though. Collingwood just look so formidable at the moment. Another kick inside 50. If anything, I'd want just Collingwood to absolutely smash them. If it gets to a stage. Gold Coast, they take the advantage. Anderson, McPherson. They have to go wide because Collingwood, they have so many numbers. They force them. And their work rate is just brilliant. Murphy. Could have been a free kick. But a missed handball. The Suns have missed some really simple, basic handballs as well. Dagos outside of the boot. He's gone for some of those creative kicks. Anderson, then again, he just didn't look like he wanted to get the footy. Although he's going to get a hole in the ball free kick. Suns could wake up in the third quarter. Well, for the game's sake, I'd hope that happens. But they aren't looking that good at the moment, though. They don't look that up and about. They look flat. And way too flat for one of their biggest games they've played in a long time. Ellis can go. Now it's the best opportunity the Suns have created so far. Fiorini has got to go back. And he's got to kick this goal. It's as simple as that. Gold Coast, they need this to salvage a position back into this game. So Fiorini, this is something that they just need to bring the game to life. Fiorini lining up. It'll be just on the edge of the 50 and kick. Although he's gone to the far side. Or still in. Played. Roses tackles Quainer. Yeah, Ben King did have his hands full of that one. But he couldn't take it. Oh, this is frustrating the way the Suns have played so far. Just haven't been able to get anything rolling. I'll just see something. If I could gotta move this. Bit over. To behind. Suns 0 goals 3. Well, that looks a bit better. This game dead as right now. Hopefully the Suns get 2 in a row so I might get it live. Speaking of... Oh, that's going to be a free kick. Running goal to Elliott. The Pies kick their 6th in a row. Gold Coast, I don't know where they're going to get a goal from at this rate. I can't see them coming back. I'm just going to check the score now because I actually want to see what the score looks. Wait, hang on. I know that's not the score, but yeah. 40-3. Suns will only get a goal from a free kick or a Ben King mark. I know. It's like they haven't even kicked one yet. And it's like Collingwood, they don't let you kick easy ones. So yeah. Like, this looks really ugly. Like, this could be a terrible stream. I streamed the Gold Coast versus Geelong game last year, and it was terrible. Like, it got good views, at least, but yeah. G'day, Greg Sports Edits. Good to see you in chat. I don't know why the neutral games get more viewers than the Swans games do. Because I'm not gonna lie, the Swans games I prefer to get more viewers for. Anderson goes for the slap. Casbolt, Rao, Fiorini. They inside 50. Oh, Darcy Moore. He's such a good mark. But once again, Gold Coast have to get the ball to ground level. Have to keep it alive. I want to kick to Maynard. Is Cox in? Yeah, he is. He's playing. Casbolt. Finally a strong mark from the Suns. Levi did well. All that. Casbolt goes long. Ellis goes to 40. Oh, he got a handball to that, looked like, Brendan Ellis. Down the line. Anderson. The Suns are looking backwards, which isn't a good sign. Do you have a snack? No, I don't at the moment. I'm getting having KFC for dinner tonight most likely, so that's gonna be good. Brandon Ellis inside 50. Ainsworth, Gamble, but Collingwood are just everywhere. Like, it just seems like Collingwood have got like double the players the Suns have. Once again, Billy Frampton. Oh, he's gonna go for the goals this time. Oh, and he's got one. It's already party time for Collingwood. That's the first 7 goals of the game, and this is so ugly for the Suns right now. This is meant to be such a big game, but they just cannot get in this. Although you have to credit Collingwood, they have been so ruthless so far. They've just not given Gold Coast a chance for the whole game, and Collingwood really they look so good. How many hours or minutes in this match? Well, overall, every quarter goes for about 30 minutes, plus overall about 30 minutes in the break, so it goes for about 2 hours, and the max will go, there's a 2 hour 50-minute gap. So, but normally the games go for about 2 hours 35 to 2 hours 40. It's getting to the point where you want the Suns just to not get a goal. Yeah, that would, but still, you don't want Gold Coast, this is their percentage as well. They gained plenty of percentage last week. Oh, here goes Anderson. This might be a chance for the Suns to goal. Casbolt. Oh, Hainsworth had such an opportunity. But it's fisted through for the Suns behind. They've only scored 4 points the whole game. Jeez, this is such a disappointment. This was hyped up. It's such a big game for the Suns against Collingwood. Big chance against Collingwood. Yet Collingwood are just absolutely destroying it. credit to the Pies though. Myercheck to McCreary. Another potentially smart play, although the Suns surely get it. Oh my god, McCreary's got it back. That's just the way it's going for Collingwood at the moment. It just is all going their way. Can kick. Oh, Bobby Hill. It's a shove in the back though. You just subscribed, Titan29. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it a lot. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. On the road to 4K. So yeah, Suns are disappointing so much right now. And another errant kick out in the full. Collingwood don't give you a minute of switch off, and there we go. Elliott once again, and this could be for Elliott's. I'm pretty sure for his third goal tonight. I'm glad I'm streaming another game afterwards. We've got another chance at hopefully a better game afterwards between Port Adelaide and Essendon. Because this is not what I wanted to stream in. I mean, we saw them come back from 40 points down against Richmond, but that was Richmond just really, they were in such a choking state at that rate. They just continuously lost games from being up by big margins, late, and then just threw them away. Elliott kicks it truly. Through for a goal. 8 goals to zip for the Pies. 48 points. Jeez, I did not expect this. I mean, I expected a Collingwood win, but jeez. They're just smart they're so smart. This is very good from the Pies, but this isn't good enough from Gold Coast. Yeah, this is a very poor effort from Gold Coast. it's at home as well. When they've had a very poor effort against the Blues, but that, you thought it was away at the MCG. But this could be 2 terrible efforts in 3 weeks. They haven't even kicked a goal in a quarter and a half of footy. Where are they going to get a goal from at this rate? Elliott's kicked 4 as well. He's been an absolute lethal point there for the Pies. You told about 60. Well, yeah, they look like they're dominating right now, Collingwood. This is a lot of the way the Pies have played. It's kind of like the Suns header playing round 1 against the Swans. Obviously, the Swans, we looked a lot better then, and not many thought we were going to drop. I mean, a few people thought we were going to drop off still, but you could still see, we still look like a really good side. We still look like our side from the previous year. But this is just absolute abomination. There's a good smother from Rao. Rao can kick. This is the Suns' best opportunity. If they don't get something out of this, Lukosius, and that surely is going to be, still Darcy Moore. They just can't get past him. Yeah, home if Suns want to be good, they have to at least be close in these games. Yeah, they were close at least last year against Collingwood. Dacos tries to slap his brother Nick, but can't find him. Weller. The pressure from Collingwood, you don't get a second. And they're going to force their ball up on the broadcast side wing. Bloody hell, yeah, card man, tip of the Suns. Not the people who tip the Suns, they won't be happy at the moment. I was shocked, Gold Coast, they're a side, they can be good at times, but they're not good enough, they're not good enough to quite beat, the best in the competition, no matter where it's played. Geelong last year, we saw they got smashed. Here we go, Lukosius. Oh, if this isn't a goal, I don't know what will be. An Oya has to be their first goal. I fear for the Suns and the media after this game if nothing changes. Yeah, Damien Barrett especially always rips into them for not winning big games. I wonder when Gold Coast Suns will get their first goal. Are you going for Collingwood? No, I'm a neutral in this game. But Gold Coast, I wanted them to do well at the start, but they've just had a very poor game. If this isn't their first goal, you have to do a serious Tom Hickey blunder to miss from here. And he kicks it. The Suns finally kicked their first goal. I think that might be Oya's first for the season as well. It's about time the Suns song finally rings around our Heritage Bank. Oya out of all people. It's that's another thing that because now Gold Coast actually have a goal. But it's going to be so pointless in the game's result, I feel like. It's just a goal to make sure that they're not going to be goalless at half time, kind of thing. Although this could be, like, if Collingwood keep up their defensive effort, like, Collingwood on that side, like, they can let you win if you get a bit of momentum. Like, who knows? But they're just too far down there, that's the problem. About time the Suns get the first goal. It took them a quarter and 18 minutes to get the first goal. Finally on the board. Which tapped down to Anderson. Price pressure once again. McPherson misses the handball. Rao. I mean, but the pressure eventually wins out for Collingwood. Oh, that is a fantastic handball just to get it away. Ellis. Oh, they collide. That is poor. Nick Dacos. He won't miss this. Put it in the bank. Nick Dacos kicks those every day of the week. And Collingwood respond in absolutely no time. And it's now 9-1. So it's in the next 3. Well, they already failed to do that. You're not a Suns fan. Not many people will be Suns fans, but I think a lot of people just like they want to see Gold Coast take a big scout like this. They just can't quite do it though. Even like looking at the other end, it's just a dead eye through the middle. You're watching footy on your TV. It's on your TV, mate. What a goal by the Brownlow medalist. Do you guys reckon Nick Dacos will win the Brownlow? Game me feel Suns can't get any momentum for fuck's sakes. I wanted Suns to win, but yeah. Although, I mean, it will probably get me 5 out of 5 tips though. Like that's a good thing, you know. Haven't got a tip wrong yet. The frustrating thing though was the one like 50-50 game where, you know, I had a big chance to like potentially get ahead on others when I tipped the Swans to beat the Cats. You know, it's just a draw, so everyone gets a tip run anyway. Here we go, Collingwood once again. Oh, Bobby Hill, still, like, Collingwood are just finding mad ways at the moment to even try and manufacture goals. Done absolutely everything right so far. Other than that, like, that one Suns goal, like, the only time they've been free all game. Just about. Powder Weller. Lockie Weller's short. But these like uncontested marks are just too safe for the Suns. Ellis down the line. King, strong mark. Good with the hands. Goins. Murphy. Terrific mark, 1-on-1. Well, it's technically 2-on-1 if you can include a Quainer. Yeah, Gold Coast by 11. Dude, that would be, I mean, it'd be some kind of Collingwood choke if that happens, but there's no way like that can happen. This Collingwood side, I feel like it's just no way it's going to happen to them. Why is Charlie Ballard on Jamie Elliott? Yeah, get why you'd be frustrated with that. Well, that was finally a good, desperate effort from Roses. Then that's good. This is a good passage through to Rao. Oh, but Collingwood, they have manic pressure. 3 tackle Rao. No chance of getting out of that. Do you think Collingwood will get over 100 points? I think, yeah, they will score over 100 points. Don't think they'll win by 100 points. I mean, you wouldn't want to doubt it though at this stage. It's looking really good. Yeah, they probably will. G'day, Ham and Cheese. Good to see you in chat, mate. Hopefully going well as well. Andrew. You're so close to 4K, you're not far away. If Gold Coast seriously score 130, are you kidding me? Gold Coast will not get anywhere near 130. They might not even get 30. No, they probably will, but they'll get like 40 or 50 maybe. Quainer, Cameron, Noble down to Mitchell. When Collingwood have it, it's just like they just always are damaging with it. Quainer, Pendlebury, Lipinski. Oh, Bobby Hill out the back. He's going to kick another one. Pumps it out of the ground. Another one for Collingwood. It's just At this rate, bloody hell.
Seeing the best in the competition going to work.
Suns 32, Pies 113. Oh, there's a fight on. This is about the only thing Gold Coast have done all game, start a fight. In the middle of the ground.
Through the roof. I mean, this is all rubbish, really. So something going on between Mitchell and Anderson.
This is good to watch.
Does not like it.
Though for the Pies, yeah.
So I wonder if something was said kicking because he is.
What is this? Bro, yeah, they are saying it's a lot of rubbish and means nothing for Gold Coast. You're 55 points down and now you're going to get into them?
He is furious, Noah Anderson. Something that Tom Mitchell
Yeah.
has said or done.
Who are they fighting? I don't know. Collingwood chant is already ringing around the stadium.
He might feel that it's a matter of
I'm on holidays in ages, so I don't have internet. Fox does on watch this. And Collingwood are getting another free. Mitchell. Oh, Cox takes the mark. Anderson's super pissed. Yeah, it's just a frustration from the Suns boiling over at this rate, just about.
they're still talking, there's still lip going on. You know what, it doesn't matter. He's trying to fight the fight now.
You know what? David King is right.
He needs some friends to come with him. Where's Rao?
Not Anderson. It just means nothing, this. It's not going to change the result. Although they have to put up some spirit. Cox, floaty shot at goal though. You don't normally see that from Cox. He really normally is one of the more reliable shots. Like, you wouldn't think of that as being the case, but he normally, I mean, it was a bit further out for him, but he's normally very good from those positions. Things going from bad to worse. Let's be real, the Suns will be able to accept a 5-goal loss, but this is so shit from the Suns, it's not funny. But even a 5-goal loss would be a bit disappointing. Like, I was hoping that they would play like the way they did against Melbourne. Like, that's the kind of effort you would have expected from the Suns in this game. A real tied up against a good side. That could have been their game. Like, that was an amazing performance from them. Just, they were so unfortunate to lose in the end. Like, I should have even just got a draw out of it. Jamie over 8 goals. If you're talking about Jamie Elliott, he's been on fire. McCreary, tackled by Long. Oh, he still gets rid of him. The Suns still seem to have the numbers. Andrew to Humphrey. Moving along not down the line. Wider to Casbolt. Casbolt. But it's just a bad kick. Holman wasn't even facing. And it's a front on contact against Holman. So Darcy Moore free kick. Moore goes short. To Jeremy Howe. It's interesting he's got that sleeve. He's like a... If you look at him, half of him, it's like, he's just normally wearing it. Half of him is like long sleeve. And we saw Nat Fife, and that year he won the Brownlow, he wore that crisp off the ground. He toe pokes him in his own advantage. I can't quite pick it up cleanly. Over the boundary line. Suns to get a massive spray at 3/4 time. Well, bro, at half time, like, Stewie Jew will be like, where's the fight? Like, Gold Coast, this is too familiar of a story as well. Titan, 29. If Collingwood end up winning by 10, there'll be some kind of comeback from the Suns. And then half time. Yeah, I knew him at half time. Another free kick to Lipinski. It's so, like, one-sided at the moment. Suns 5 goals straight in the third quarter. Even if they kick 5 goals, like, it's going to still be 5 goals the margin. Lipinski now. It's not going to be a goal. Punched in. McCreary. But he's forced out of play. Yeah, the big games for the Suns, the ones that matter for finals. Like, if they won this, they'd be a huge chance for the 8, but this is shocking. Yeah. Had to be better. It's, like, think about this, Gold Coast, if they win today, well, I don't know if they go into the 8, but yeah, they'd be equal on the top 8. Like they would have, like, when they played Carlton, they could have gone into the top 8 momentarily with a win, which I really thought they were going to do. I really thought, it's Carlton. Yeah. And another goal to Lipinski. Could have due to the Pies, I don't know. They've been good. Yeah, Collingwood have absolutely dominated. And Collingwood, they have been phenomenal this game, though. Like, a lot of it is due to how well the Pies have played. And this is like, scary good.
Way too easy. I just hope the Suns haven't waved the white flag here. There's just no fight in them at the moment. There's no spirit.
David King is summing it up. Gold Coast just have no fight in them at the moment. I'm going to donate to charity if Gold Coast win over 10 points. If Gold Coast win from here, I am going to jump from a cliff in the bloody, I don't know, the biggest rock in the world. I've known I'm going to jump off the highest cliff in the world if Gold Coast win from here. Because they're just showing absolutely no fight, Gold Coast. Anderson. Torpedo kick. Quainant. Holman. They can't even get anything. Holman probably should have had a shot at goal. Noble. High. Noble is pretty good at getting the high tackles though. Like Noble, he really gets caught holding the ball because he's just he finds ways here to get the high tackles. Could have almost been 50 on Suns there. Lucky to this live. G'day, are you the one from Riles Macca's stream? Well, I go on Riles Macca's streams a couple times. So yeah. Not his Swan streams though. We have 28 watching? Bro, what is going on with the viewers in this stream? 28 watching. I was one who said no internet on Foxtel. Okay, interesting. And like this pushing and shoving, like what does it do? Yep. Really poor from. This has been one of like Gold Coast just terrible quarters. They've conceded 7 goals and just kicked the 1. Like I'm kind of annoyed they actually kicked that goal because if they hadn't kicked a goal, like it'd actually be still like something to look forward to. Honestly, I kind of hope Gold Coast will surely lift. Like if they will not be allowed to like play that terribly for the rest of the game. But that is half time, and Collingwood have just been absolutely dominant. If Stuart Dew doesn't rip into the Suns, then what's he gonna do? But you gotta praise Collingwood the way they've played though. Absolutely dominant. It's just gonna be half time. I'm gonna quickly do something here at half time. I'm gonna go take a piss. We've got 27 viewers though, so I kind of feel like I really don't want to lose these viewers. We've gone up another sub. If you haven't already, we got as many as we have in chat. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 4K subscribers. And yeah. But anyways, have a look. I've got a pretty crap game of footy at the moment. Like really. If the Suns come out and show nothing, then I don't know. That will be embarrassing. Yeah, it will be. If they seriously don't even like give a feather. Jerry Vu, thanks for subbing. Like, geez, Gold Coast. Like, these are just unacceptable efforts. Like, the way that they've been playing so far. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go take a quick break. Take a piss at half time. And yeah, I'll be back. In a couple of minutes. And yeah, second half. Still, obviously a bit of time away. Going into the break. But yeah. See you in a quick bit. Alright guys, I'm back. Back here. Now, I don't know how long I was going for, but... Yep, see what the viewers are right now. Oh, what the hell is going on? Hopefully stream, just a random thing in the widget. Comment. Still got 23 viewers though. I was not expecting that many viewers. Like, I never get this from a Swan stream. So yeah, maybe, I wonder if they keep this up. If they keep this up, they'll win by 100, yeah. We'll do something with the this new footy. Just handle it. I really hope like the next game is just a lot better, because this has been absolute rubbish. This game between Gold Coast and Collingwood. Absolutely nothing shown at all from Gold Coast. As much as Collingwood have been dominant and Collingwood are a great side, showing that. Oh man. Jeez. No, I'm not doing an overnight stream. I'm only going to stream 2 games. Like, that's enough. I feel like. How much longer of half time? I don't really know. It still would be like a fair chunk of it though, I'd assume. Fortnite God 69, good to see you here. G'day mate. Gold Coast getting a whooping. Or a whopping. They've been really crap though, the Suns. I mean, like, I'm gonna get this though. Like they go from like literally one end to the other in absolute seconds. That's ridiculous how they've kicked like a couple goals like that. Literally from the how do I put this into perspective? Yeah, they get it from the kicking and from the defensive half. Like, how are they kicking all these goals? It's mad. Just a reminder, we are the best right now. Like, Harry, are you Pies fan? We got 15 minutes still. It seems like all the people in chat are Pies fans. What is this last thing, man? 525 views at half time. I can't look at this. Some kind of stream potentially. Hopes the Hawks get up tomorrow. Yeah, I've tipped the Hawks in an upset, so hopefully I can get that. I do want to really get 9 out of 9 though, because I feel like that game's going to depend it. Like, it'd be the easiest round of tipping just about ever if Carlton won that, and then like the rest is just normal. Like, it's been a pretty easy round of tipping so far. Although you could have been baited into an upset. Like, thankfully I haven't been. I mean, Sydney, I guess, was a kind of an upset against Geelong. But we didn't win, though. It's a draw, though. To talk to beat Carlton, I'm really questioning, like, because obviously I desperately want to get the 9 out of 9. So I don't want to get that wrong. Like, obviously I really don't want to get that wrong. No, Carlton win. I don't think you can say Carlton will win convincingly, though, because Hawthorn, I mean, they have no James Sicily, but they, I think, with Carlton's, inability, it depends on what Carlton turns up, because if the crap Carlton turns up, Hawthorn could make them pay. Who have you tipped, Sports? Now, have you tipped the Hawks to win? It is really a gamble there, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Surprising I tip it right though. Carlton's higher on the ladder than the Hawks. I tipped the Blues. I don't know why without Sis I feel we're weak down back, and I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it. Yeah, I agree. Sicily down back could be a real disadvantage for the Hawks. But I'm thinking about the tips, and also Carlton are a team coming off. They're coming off the bye though, so yeah. I mean, we've seen. I mean, the Bulldogs have proven you can win off the bye. Finally, teams actually won off the bye. So yeah, I barrack for Giants, and we're in a very tough position on the ladder. Really worried. Please make it in the finals. Well, GWS were expected to be like the wooden spooners this year. Generally were expected to be like the wooden spooners or very low on the ladder this year. They've actually played quite well though, aside from somehow losing to the West Coast Eagles. They've had a good season, and they've put up some really good wins. Like Geelong at GMHBA was a great one. The win against Sydney, the SCG, they stole it. Hate to think about that game, but yeah, the win at Adelaide in round 1 was very good. The win against Freo recently, that was another really good win. It'll be interesting to see how they go against Melbourne. I think Melbourne will be too strong, but they wouldn't want to take GWS lightly. GWS are a good side. I wouldn't be that disappointed with their season. But it does rely on expectations a lot. And yeah, GWS got a lot of positives out of this year. New coach as well, able to lead them to a good season.
How many days past the use by date can you drink milk? You don't flirt with off milk. 2 use by date surely is just a guide, isn't it? 0. So damn hard. Milk was a bad choice. I chucked it out 2 days ago.
Yeah, but only by a couple percent.
I'm drinking it. I will drink milk if it's within 3 or 4 days of going off.
Go Collingwood, says Rhino Awesome. We have so many Collingwood fans in the chat. It is obviously a Collingwood stream. Yeah. Has third quarter started now? Third quarter's a bit of time away.
Smells good, you drink it. It smells rank. You give it to your kid.
I love Makona coffee, and in the mornings there has been a number of times where the milk I know is off. And
Who's your favourite player? If you talk about the AFL, I'll probably talk about the Swans. At the moment, I love Errol Gulden and Chad Warner. Errol Gulden and Chad Warner, those two. Pies not play with the same intensity. I feel Suns win the second half, but maybe 2 to 3 goals. Plus, they'll get a big spray. Yeah, that could happen. I don't know if they'll win though. There's no way they play as crap as they have, and they have to show some. They have to represent, the Gold Coast Suns Guernsey. They don't want to be embarrassed like they've been to an extent so far.
some strange boys amongst the AFL. I don't know what your rules were, Kingy. Did you live and die by the use by date?
Bro, I'm looking at the chat while we're throwing the footy out. I want to keep this footy fresh for as long as possible. Yeah, I think Collingwood will blow the Suns out the park still. Who's your favourite team? Sydney. That's why I picked Gilden and Warner as my favourite players. Yeah, the Dogs versus Collingwood will be... It's going to be a good game, I feel like. Although it could be Collingwood just flexing their muscles, I feel like, as well. Do you guys... I feel like Collingwood, they're just going to get the top 2 place. And I think the top 2 will be enough for Collingwood to win the flag. The only way I feel like I can see them not win the flag, I think what will have to happen is, it'll be best case scenario for both teams. Port Adelaide and Brisbane play each other in the finals, and then Although the thing is, Port Adelaide and Brisbane, I feel like both kind of have to finish top 2 and then win both their finals against. They have to play Melbourne and Collingwood. If they can do that, but I don't think Collingwood will lose the top 2. They're going really well at the moment. My mum thinks the Lions and Collingwood will be in the final. Oh, yeah, of course Collingwood and Brisbane will make finals. Although, I might be talking about the grand final. When I did my squiggle predictions, that's the grand final I got. I was... Although Collingwood Melbourne, like I just went a pretty unlikely upset in one of the games though. What a flogging this game is. Yeah. G'day Mr. Dougal. Good to see you. But yeah, it's been a very dead and just real like easy going kind of performance for the Pies. Like I mean the Suns, they're not a pushover, but they've just played poorly for minute 1. And yeah. Just sort of 4 minutes away until the third quarter. Although it's not really going to be, it's not going to be anything different. You would think for the rest of the game. Third quarter's still 4 minutes away. Play footy today, and Mercy roll them at 60 points. Yeah. Well, this year my footy team like. At the start of the year, we had a couple of really good wins. We won comfortably against the bottom teams, but then they went down the division, and yeah, like ever since, we just haven't even got a win. I've had a few people ask how old I am, Rhino Awesome, but I'm 14. Who do you think will win, Bulldogs or Giants at Mars? That's a couple of weeks away. I don't know. It's not time to predict a game like that. Like, I'd probably still say the Dogs, but don't rule GWS out. I'm quite bullish on like how the Giants are going at the moment. Oh yeah, of course I saw the Elliot goal. I've been watching the whole game, and it's not like I had a Ryder Henchy missed goal of the year moment. The biggest comeback is 69 points. Yeah, there's no chance they come back. If Collingwood, no Collingwood choked at all. Essendon was 69 points down midway through the second quarter. Yeah, but that was just because North Melbourne were like, I mean obviously they were on top, but like I think they had like crazy 12 goals straight accuracy. That was I think it was round 16 2001 that was. What a great game it was. It's really weird how they're doing a Jason Dunstall out at the SCG of all places. Like, why the SCG? Why would he do it at the SCG? Genuinely. From now on, I do want Collingwood to really smash the Suns. Second half is getting underway soon. Thoughts on Sydney's kicking last night, AFL legend. Yeah, missed to do that. That was a really shithouse kicking performance from us. Like, yeah, just... I will say, though, we played very well for most of the game. Like, we were dominating. And I think if we play the footy more and we can just convert more, it can work for us. So we got the 2 points, but it's just... It wasn't really enough, I don't think. Obviously, I know kicking, like, quite poor, but... And you can't blame that stuff on the coaches. Like, Longmire out-coached Scott for most of the night. And it's not to blame, like, the goal kicking coaches at all. It's just that I think it just gets into your head when you kick poorly early. That, yeah, you just... I was hoping that we'd at least rectify it to an extent, eventually able to kick goals. Like, when teams have bad kicking like runs, they eventually find ways to at least kick goals, but it was just like we just kept missing and that was all we did. Tigers just finished 10th or 11th. Yeah, I do live in Australia. Do you not live in Australia then? Now, like, I don't really want Gold Coast to kick many more goals. Just have a low score. You should do a goal kicking challenge with someone. Well, I live in because I live in Adelaide. There's just no like YouTubers I can do it with in Adelaide though. And it's not like, you know, we're going to school and all that's hard to do. Anyways, third quarter underway. Will the Suns respond? But Collingwood get the free kick and it could be all the same old, same old. Maynard charging off the half-back line. Goes to Elliott. And he marks. Jeez, why's my chest squeaking? Well, this would be the worst. Like, this would just be a terrible start to the third quarter for the Suns. Like, you really want to come out, yet just conceding another goal, you know, mark as well. We'll just have to bring it to ground. Could be even more ugly for the Suns. Jamie Elliott kicks his punch through from behind. So what can the Suns now do with this? They just handball into like pickle where there's so much pressure. Like Ellis does well, but a poor kick, Maynard will chop that off. Imagine if it was Gold Coast 30 and Collingwood 129. That is a possible full-time score. Which would be a really bad for Gold Coast. The Collingwood have gone about their business so well in this match today. Oscar Elliott in Cameron's direction. Chris to Mitchell. And go down to Frampton. He didn't even go for the mark. Mychek. Oh, post. Absolutely destroyed the post with that one. If the Suns can kick straight, then they might get... Dude, they can't even create opportunities. Like, for them to be ahead right now, they'd have to kick every scoring shot they've had a goal, and Collingwood have every scoring shot to be behind, which just isn't... It's not a very reliable way to have to go about it. Is all I'll say. 4:35 Saturday games, when they're good, is one of the better time slots, but when they're shit, it's the worst time slot in footy. Yeah, I know. I'm praying that the game after can be better. And that's a great goal from John Noble, though. It blows out to 70 points. We could be seeing 100 points, though. You know what? If we get 100 points, that would be a little bit high. We can just lighten the mood. But yeah, the last 4:35 games, like we've seen, this is going to be a fourth smashing in a row. We saw last week, well, one of the biggest smashings of all time in Sydney West Coast. We saw GWS smash Freo. We saw Adelaide smack West Coast. We saw Collingwood smack West Coast before. Then we had the last good one we've had was Geelong versus GWS, where GWS caused a major upset. That Noble once again. Collingwood have kicked some absolute beauties, and they've sidestepped a couple on the way as well. Like they're letting Gold Coast know about it by like stepping around and selling the candy. Next week is GWS Hawks 4:35 at Giant Stadium. Yeah, again, And Hawthorn have been really crap at Giants Stadium in their history. And the Giants don't look too bad. Like, yeah, and this is no, like, last week, you know, it was West Coast. West Coast thumpings are just, it's like, it's West Coast. So, like, Sydney winning, like, we did win by a whole heap, though, I will say. Like, we won by, like, even though we're playing Witches Hatwick, we really made the most of winning by as much as we did. Elliott Fonz. No. Hawkson won, though. Yeah, I know. I haven't. Goes to Hoskin Elliott. It's a tough angle. But with how Collingwood are going, they can kick him from anywhere, feels like. No, I don't feel like doing it. I've done enough streams already this week. Taylor Adams, once again, they can just tip it around in the 50. Hawks never won at Giants Stadium, then they're winning the flags, something about it. Wait, did they actually play GWS at Giants Stadium during that time? Or was there like a major upset there? I remember in 2016, GWS smashed Hawthorn at Giants Stadium. That was when Hawthorn was still good, very good. What are the Suns doing? These are easy chip kicks. That's like 4 marks inside 50 in a row. And it's still like a pretty difficult shot for Markov. Jeez. And he gets there once again. This is an absolute hammering. And they get around him as well. I think that's his first goal for the club against his former team. But all the talk's just on how absolutely terrible Gold Coast have been. Gold Coast, they're almost witches' hats in this game. They're almost witches' hats. The media should absolutely roast Gold Coast. Like, we've been roasting West Coast for weeks now, especially after that Sydney game. But bloody hell. This is just shocking. This is a side contending for the finals as well. Jeez, that bended back to perfection from Markov as well. That's what happens when you're going well. So how many points have they scored this quarter? An awful amount, I'm assuming. For the Suns' sake. Jordan De Goey's still sub-on. And Daniel McStay is still to return. Yeah, De Goey and side-bottom. I mean, McStay isn't like a huge out, really, but still, you know, side-bottom and De Goey, especially De Goey, like, what a huge player in that would be. And then midfield depth. Crisp. Oh, he just goes. It's like there's barely any resistance. And Frampton gets another free. No response after halftime. I don't know what's going on. I know it's just the same old bull crap from the Suns. Like, this is going to be the third goal already. Less than 5 minutes have been played of, like, full game time. Like, you know, like, people like Sammy GFC flew up to watch the Suns in this game. Yet they put up this absolute rubbish. Worst loss in Suns history because of how big of a game this was. There's been a few, yeah. It's another one. This is an absolute roasting. Absolute smashing. Like, this is Gold Coast at Metricon as well, you know. I feel like for whatever reason, if this was at the G, it just wouldn't be as much, you know. Well, like, it just shows that the Suns, like, they have not decided to rock up one bit today. It's like Gold Coast just like, we'll hop in the thing today, you know, to give a side a training drill. Like, bloody hell. Who is the Gold Coast Suns' best kicker? It's a weird thing. Probably Lockie Weller, I'd say. He's a good kick. Will Powell as well, I guess. Lola Coast probably actually is their best kicker. So 20 points in 5 minutes. Yeah, like, it's just the way it's gone for Gold Coast. Seriously, like, they're just finding things. I want the ball more. Rao gets a kick. Suns finally get a possession, but Maynard stands back. And you just want, like, Collingwood are really going to belt it into them here, I feel like. This could be a serious percentage booster. McCreary takes another strong mark. Colm says very close game. Yeah. The Suns can totally come back. That's only 82 points. Totally going to happen. Look at that. Charlie Ballard's taken an intercept mark. They just need 422 more of those and 14 more goals. And suddenly they're back into this and probably going to win. I'm not even joking. The Eagles could play with at least more heart than what the Suns are doing. I actually... I don't... Like, they genuinely could, though. Like, it's sad for the Suns, though. Like, they really could as well, yeah. Like, you saw the Eagles did against Collingwood. Look at how the Eagles fought against the Pies. I know the Pies might have been a little bit off, but the Eagles really gave it to them for at least a good period. Like, they still lost by 10 goals. But they at least, like, got it really close. You know, they were giving it to Collingwood for a lot of the game. And yeah, ball stays in. Atkins over the top. Darcy Moore once again. Yeah. I'm not even... Men versus boys. Yep. Yep. They've got Port Adelaide over next week. I mean, in Port Adelaide over next week, they're going to seriously have to respond from this absolute shellacking. And we've still got plenty of time left. Like, this could genuinely blow up so much. Bobby Hill. Oh, it's smothered by Mac Andrew. It's a rare occurrence. You just expect without it's going, nothing like that's just going to happen. The barely is anyway. Noble. Lipinski. It is so painful when you love footy so much but you can't watch it live because you're in another courtyard like me. Really? Rao gets a kick. Lukosius. Jeez, Lukosius has been nowhere as well. Gold Coast look like they just have so little left. Retackled. Like, this is still like a crazy thing. It's 92-10. Like, how have the Suns been literally this bad? This isn't like a 2019 Gold Coast. Like, this is the 2023 Gold Coast. Yeah, the media are going to be all over how they've played this one. I mean, against the Hawks, they were good at the end of the game, but yeah. The Suns as well, to that end of the ground, that end, the way you're looking. They've only kicked the one behind. Like, jeez. Hoskin Elliott. Toying with him. They're toying with him. Yeah, not a good tip, Cardi. Not a good tip. I mean, you did tip West Coast when they lost by 116 against the Hawks this year. But jeez, tipping the Suns. I mean, I definitely thought Gold Coast would just be surely better than what they are. Like, we've already seen, a couple of smashings. Like, we saw that draw, even though it was a really bad game last time. Jeez. Suns are meant to be fighting for the 8, and they dished this up. Yeah. Really poor. Nick Dacos misses. Bro, this camera angle, what a Fox Footy showing? Why are they showing that camera angle? Although it doesn't matter because Collingwood, we just know, will end up with the ball more. Or Darcy Moore. I mean, Bobby Hill went for a slight ride. Frampton, Cox, Collins, Lipinski tackled. Yeah. You've tipped the Hawks. Yeah, I've tipped the Hawks as well, Colin Place. To win. Cox. Pendlebury. He's missed. Pendlebury and Dacos. Dacos kick well. That's one he can miss, but you'd assume Pendlebury would kick something like that. And it's once again really poor manning out from the Suns. Like, it's almost like Gold Coast are half-heartedly throwing in the towel. It's like there's certain players were picking and choosing whether to give up or still keep playing. Anyway, Pies letting them off. Now it could be worse. Yep. Ooh. this week, it could have been so good in tipping if Sydney just won, because then I would have gotten a tip right that not as many would have gone. And I mean, if I get the Hawks tip, it can be good still. And yeah, but yeah. Tumble, yeah. Wins the free kick. Suns allowed to forfeit at this point. They should just leave. Yeah, bloody hell! Like, what can the Suns? What are the Suns going to do for the rest of this game? I'm really now thinking just about like, what's going to happen in Richmond, Sydney. Like, that's the next game next week. Frampton kicks, but just, was that touch? No, it wasn't touch. If I was the Suns, like bloody. Like, they still have a quarter and a half left, Gold Coast. 40 or 10 minutes left. Bloody hell. Gold Coast. Gold Coast. Although, well, positive note, we have 29 people watching, which is a shock. I don't normally have that many. I don't know why how 29 people started watching. I've streamed Gold Coast games a couple times, and because I'm like the only person in the whole, like, the whole community is actually streaming it. Jeez. King is up. Well, Gold Coast even like if Gold Coast don't score, like they just look like doing nothing. Cameron. Once again, Gold Coast have players in the vicinity, but Collingwood just you can see they want it more. And now they get stuck into McCrew for taking it as high. But where the hell was this when the game was up for grabs? Where the hell was that, Gold Coast? Like, this is, Gold Coast, they have the hardest fixture coming in, this round. They've now played Collingwood, but you can't dish this crap up. Gold Coast, yeah, they're going to really pay big time for this. Like, they didn't have to win this game exactly, although in a proper statement game, I thought Gold Coast would be ready for this. Like, they've disappointed these before, but this is a new extent. Even Dacos, he's versing like all the Suns players in the vicinity. Oh, finally a Suns mark. You thought Cardi? Yeah, I did hear Cardi was thinking about streaming this game. I thought this would be like way better than what it was. Gold Coast just had to put up an effort. But this is a chance for the Suns' first score or whatever this quarter. But it's a impossible kick just about for Ainsworth. Well, out of nowhere. He's kicked it. Gold Coast, finally, it's about bloody time they do something. They kick a goal. There's just second goal of the game though. Yeah, the Suns, they finally get their second goal. They get something. But jeez. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. They finally actually kicked a goal. What's up? You doing great? Thanks, Brett. Good to see you in the stream. Hopefully going well, Brett Bailey. I think they're waking up now. Yeah, it's only 84 points too late. Or 78. Never seen Gold Coast lose this bad at home. Well, Gold Coast, I think the biggest loss in their history was like 150 points. When was the last time they lost by I don't know when the last time they lost by 100 at home they was. I mean, they've been smashed. Like, I think it's been, like, they didn't lose by 129, even though every team easily bet them and they went on a bad losing streak. They did. Suns do have a shot now, Ainsworth again. Do you think Collingwood will win the flag? I do. Yeah, I do think Collingwood are going to win the flag. Don't rule out Port Adelaide or Brisbane. Don't rule out a Port Adelaide Maybe Melbourne and Brisbane as well. Yeah. Now, can the Suns kick second in a row with Ainsworth? That's a good kick. And finally, a couple of goals for the Suns. It's about bloody time they do this. But if anything, like, honestly hope they don't come back a bit and then people say respectable fight back because their damage was done. Yeah, like, it's no point in fighting back now. Guessing Port will win the flag or Collingwood will. Yeah, it's Collingwood and Port Adelaide look like the two real sides who win the flag. Especially considering, like, Port Adelaide, if Port Adelaide can win at the MCG, like, they've got a big game tonight at the MCG against Essendon. Who knows, like, if Essendon could potentially beat Port Adelaide, though, I wouldn't put it out of the question, although very, very hard, and I don't think it will happen. Oh, yeah, and I will be streaming that Essendon versus Port Adelaide game as well. Doggies are always dangerous. Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs could be a bit forgotten about, but I think without Liam Jones, they don't look quite as good. Dude, what the hell have the Suns, like, unleashed? They've unleashed something. I don't know if they could... Oh, well, there's an unfortunate bounce by Stephen Milne kind of bounce. Bloody hell, where did the Suns show this? You've tipped the Dons? Where was this in the first quarter? Where was this when the game was up for grabs? I know. They're still losing this quarter, though. They're trying to show fight now. I've been watching this game on your stream since the start on my TV, but I just logged on my phone to message. I have money on Collingwood and they're calling today. You're the only one streaming on YouTube. Am I really? Sports Night. Is there anyone else, like, streaming right now? Like, is anyone else streaming? I don't know if anyone's streaming Essendon vs Port Adelaide. I feel like someone would be, though. Like, no, someone surely would be. That's going to be a solid game. I streamed this, though, because I was like, yeah, why not? I was going to stream Bulldogs vs Dockers. Surely Essendon vs Port's due to be a good game, then. We'll be back soonish. Yeah, good. Just you? That's interesting. Well, the stream's done well, though. In the 20s for viewers all stream. Just about. That's terrific. Was not expecting this in the stream. People might just be searching up Gold Coast versus Collingwood, though, for this. Port vs Brisbane in grand final. You predict the scores. Port Adelaide will win. I think that's what I mean. You're the only one streaming under AFL Collingwood Live. I'm in Louisiana, USA. Jeez, it's good to see. Like, I get a few people who tune in from like the USA, or I had someone tune in from Indonesia the other day. It's good to see. Good to see the game being spread worldwide. Murphy kick off the ground. Oh, Bobby Hill, he came in, but he couldn't quite get the ball. The Suns, like, finally looks like they have something going for them. And there's that. You're from Ohio in the USA? Are you actually? Like, the fact that we have two people from the USA watching, then that's quite mad. It shows, the support in the around the world for footy. Good to see. It's so, like, Gold Coast fans must be like, a few Gold Coast fans must be like, why on earth were we just so crap for? It's 4:26 a.m. Yeah, I know you Americans, like, you stay up to these crazy times to watch the footy. Although you wouldn't, like, unless you're like a Collingwood fan, you wouldn't really want to stay up for this one, because it's not been that entertaining. Weller tackled. Buller. Winning a lot in AFL. Take it through from behind. Got simply. Like Gold Coast have now, like it was, went from 10 to 94 to 24 to 94. They've actually like, kind of in a way, like just embarrassing themselves to just a slight less point.
Cameron and Myercheck, Wicks and Collins. Lynchy getting in the picture there. Give us a wave, Ellison. Too late.
Using a fair bit of the strapping budget is Maynard. Just that extra lungs, the extra effort.
Well, he jumped up to try and punch the ball, but he got pulled up. He rose as he was jumping over the back of it.
I mean, hopefully, for Pi's sake, Maynard isn't injured.
Down to
Humphrey
Humphrey. Lifts it up high.
kicks up high. Oh, Hillis has plucked one out of absolutely nowhere.
Led away to the left, but wasn't compelling enough case for Brandon Ellis. Oh, not 15 after all.
Oh, it's not 15.
To hang on to the footy. Ellis doesn't agree with the umpire's determination of how far that kick travelled. Wasn't great news for Noah Anderson either. Back on his feet. Getting it forward.
Suns going to 50 once again.
Cautious, and he'll
King.
King an opportunity.
Swallow is up high.
Crisp.
Oh, Brett Bailey donates $2 US. Cheers, that is muchly appreciated. One of the few, probably the first US donation I've had. But cheers, mate. Fun Ben King. It was placed nicely. Mark Gold Coast. He's finally got bloody like 3 tacklers. But let's go Collingwood. Your stream is awesome. Appreciate the support. Well, he showed with his ducks down. Oh, and Rao kicks the goal. Oh my! Like, why did Gold Coast just not play like this earlier? Like, they fight back. I mean, the fight back's gonna be to no avail though. It's actually annoying seeing the Suns play well now. Where was this earlier? Bloody hell! They just do this. Like, it's like, you know, it's like when I'm trying to think of a comparison.
And they can kick goals, Gold Coast. When they get the game in their forward half, they need more.
Well, it's like
It was a real weapon for them last year.
I don't know one thing that.
50 stoppages largely because of Isaac Rankin, who's
It's like, you know,
theirs moved down.
being a footy YouTuber and not like putting the effort in during the AFL season. Yet then when it's the off season, you start to upload so much, but then it's wasted because you don't get views on stuff. It's a typical Suns thing to do. You know, I've like made a few just late comebacks. Even when like I played the Swans, we were beating them up quite a lot get the footy. But they did kick a few goals late, just like where was this for the rest of the game from their perspective. Like, they've had some good wins this year, though. Like, beating the Cats was a really big win in round 3. To beat Richmond away, you know, at the time, even though Richmond were going terrible at the time, that was a really important win for them. Then to beat the Crows and Dogs in Darwin were 2 other really good wins for them. But yeah, ever since those games, like, to have these big tests, you know, well, against Carlton was a game, it wasn't really that much of a test, but they just had to play better in that MCG and probably had to win it. They didn't bounce back against Hawthorn, but yeah, it's gonna be something to bounce back from this. They can bounce back, but they're just not showing enough. For the US viewers watching American football. Ben King. Just a row. Oh my god, like, it's crazy. Watching them literally dominate now. Rao kicks another one, 2 in a row for Rao. Like, they've won this quarter now, out of nowhere. Now I need Collingwood to get over 119. Well, Collingwood, they've still got a last quarter, although I feel like they've kind of taken the foot off the gas, Collingwood. they don't need to like absolutely destroy it. And that was a nice bend back goal as well from Matthew Rao. Pies have kind of just accepted a win, yeah. Although Collingwood wouldn't want to keep their percentage up though. Like any little bit of percentage, you know, like that as high as 84. It's down to 58 now. Look, still big percentage boost, but you know, the percentage probably won't matter. But Brisbane have got a good percentage. Like Brisbane are coming with a percentage like after that Richmond demolition. So yeah, but I think anyways, like what is Collingwood percentage at the moment on Sportsnet? On the live ladder. I swear to God, Gold Coast, they're winning everything now. Like Gold Coast look like such a good side. I mean, Collingwood do sometimes drop off in the third quarter. So we saw against Adelaide, they did quite drop off. Even Darcy Moore like dropping the marks now. It's crazy. Like this is what my footy team did against our side last week. Like we played crap. We played the bottom side. Then we had one of the worst first quarters imaginable. We were kicking against the wind, but we conceded 5 goals. Then from there it was like 7 goals at 3/4 time. Yet then we just kicked like four goals in the last quarter, and it's like we end up losing by 22 points. But it's like, what's the point? Play like that earlier, and you do way better. Collingwood doesn't even care anymore. Yeah, Collingwood, they know they've got the win in the bag. I think Collingwood, you know, they would want to... Yeah. Just, you know, don't fully throw it in. But this is making the game even more dead, the fact that Gold Coast have fought back to an extent. Pro Polar Bear says Richmond are bad. Well, they've had a pretty underperforming year. They're not easy beats though. Like I think when Sydney play, it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen in that game though, because both teams can just throw up absolutely anything. Like a lot of the sides around that mix. Long just dumps it. Holman, but he double tackled still from Collingwood. Ellis. Yeah, Collingwood. They just like Collingwood have done like the really hard working for a lot of this, but now yeah. Roses. Who's he got? Finds Anderson. He goes down. That's just not a 50. He's just more dead. Anderson. Have a look. So Anderson will have the kick to give Gold Coast, you know, another goal, which would be at least they've came back a bit. Yeah, about 12 months ago, 300 and how many days ago he had that, but he misses on that occasion. I mean, Gold Coast actually did something that quarter. But it's too bloody late. Why win? Like, you won that quarter, but what does it do to the game? Absolutely bugger all. And Collingwood, you know, they're just going about their business really easily now. And this game, Jesus. This is, like, last year I streamed a really dead game between Gold Coast and Geelong. But this is like the exact same thing. Remember that game last year, Gold Coast versus Geelong? Where just the Suns got belted? It's like the same thing's bloody happening here to them. Oh, bloody hell. Too late. What do you reckon the final margin will be? I feel like Gold Coast will kind of keep this up. Collingwood, though, I reckon Collingwood will win the last quarter. I reckon, you know, Collingwood win by 69 from here. That'd be kind of cool. We'll focus on the next stream, which will be between Essendon and Port Adelaide. I'm dreading for us to just play good for once up the Tigers. Well, yeah, that would be good for them. I mean, hopefully not against the Swans, though. That's all I'll say.
Sports Nutrition is banned, substance tested, and certified. INC Sports Nutrition
What the hell, bro?
GX for men. The first shampoo with a brain. What makes it so smart? It reduces grey the same way it grows.
Hell yeah.
The more you
I'm really like, tired after doing the stream.
the less grey you
And one last night as well.
have. Just use it until you like what you see. How smart is that? Gradually reduce grey with Control GX.
One more
Just for men.
point for Gold Coast score prediction.
With a brain.
And I don't think that'll be the exact thing with the prediction. Because like you went Collingwood to score 129. I mean, not impossible, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go quickly do something here at 3/4 time. Yeah, I'll be back really soon for the final quarter, and I'll be here for a game afterwards between Essendon and Port Adelaide. Alright, let's back quite quickly. You guys put the cue in the rack. But you've got to be happy with your performance though, Mr. Flying Pies. You would obviously like to win comfortably. But it's tough to keep up. It is tough to keep up that for a whole game. In Gold Coast, they just needed to respond just for their sanity. This will sound biased as fuck, but I actually reckon because of how plucky the Hawks can, if we turn up, I reckon we could beat the Pies, and it's the type of game where hopefully Sam Mitchell has a masterclass. I mean, I get what you're saying. We saw last year Hawthorn really took it up to Collingwood, and Hawthorn were up, but Collingwood, like they did a lot of times last year, managed to come back from that position.
And kicking 4 goals late in that third term. The Magpies have actually lost more third quarters than they've won during the year.
You go easy on bottom line. Well, you haven't really, Gold Coast aren't a bottom of the ladder team, and they've really gone, yeah. But you have to be happy, but what I say, Mr. Flying Pies, just be, you're such a great team that, yeah, and it's I think it's not going to matter, and the way that you turn up and the way you can play at your best, which we've sort of seen for a lot of the game, so, yeah. Yep, I think that you be precautionary with how, what we had injured in round 1, yep. Ooh, let's go. And also afterwards I will yeah, you're acting as if your team needs to be perfect and has to play perfect footy all the time. It doesn't need to be like that. And you stop by 57. Gold Coast like a Metricon as well. That's a real smashing. Really? Oh my god. I want to look at that stat again. Fourth quarter. We're getting underway now.
An incredible record, JC. He's a marvel, isn't he? Look at that all-time again.
He's 20 touches away from the disposal record.
We know what happens in the final terms for the Pies. They're the most damaging team in the competition. They top and tail most games. They start well, and they finish really strong in fourth terms, best in the competition. So it's just really a great.
Yeah, when Sydney played Collingwood, it was actually the second quarter, which was really a that was the one we really got on top. That's the thing that can happen with Collingwood. You can play, it gives the opposition a chance, but it also really is such effective gameplay. When it works, it looks unbeatable. It is beatable, but very hard to do. Can you do a stream for GWS? I can't promise that. And it's when things are a couple weeks away. I don't plan for that early. What's Collingwood? You can't be mad at what Collingwood. They can take the foot off the gas. They're still 10 goals up.
which allows them to finish so strongly in the fourth term. He's played 100% midfield today, which is part of that
The first 14 goals
aggression.
don't count for Collingwood.
Jack Crisp.
That would be a big twist of the game. Oh, Hoskin Elliott takes good mark.
Hurt the hip.
Yeah, so good aim. You set up there on. Looks like Brandon Ellis.
Well, it was an unintended
Gee
target.
whiz.
Jack Crisp, but in the end, he was struck by indecision, but just got it there, and Oscar Elliott good enough to take the
Hoskin, he's going on pretty quickly,
Season back in 2018, Will Hoskin
and yeah, he misses
punch to the left.
from there. Collingwood's, I think Gold Coast scored like 27 in a row as like a score.
even performance today from the Pies. It's difficult to say there's your top 2 or 3 players, given the spread.
Yeah,
To go for quite a while.
it's kind of accurate. Yeah,
7 minutes into the third quarter.
He got pinballed into it then, Nick Dacos.
Nick and Josh really strong.
Quainer. Go to Noble. Noble onto Frampton.
Frampton. Kick a long
Frampton
pass there.
and go to. Oh, Mac Andrew cleans up Mychek. Lipinski Harrison on as a sub.
Kick to go on each of his 3 games
So-
so far.
Mychek
Mychek still trying to get on
wins the footy. Back to Noble.
big in fashion.
Noble just go backwards. Collingwood. It's going to be like just kind of a. The game has been pointless ever since Collingwood really destroyed them. Then they take their foot off the gas, like now that they've gotten the win zone out. 913 playbacks. Surely Darcy Moore can't make the distance. No, I don't know why. I just saw it wrong.
Fights the high forward
Ballard takes a good grab.
as he has all year. Happy to take on
29 viewers. I don't know if we've hit the 30 mark in the viewers in the stream. We've been close to though. 28.
Alice at full stretch.
Cautious, but that looked out before.
Cautious face and the umpire confirming all of that. Take loss from Pendlebury to the inside. Signals is going to go off the boot towards half forward instead. Cox and Cameron and Mychek were all there or
Crisp.
thereabouts. Crisp
On the Pendlebury.
posting through.
Mychek is taken. Oh, Bobby Hill just goes for the miraculous thing. Atkins goes off to Anderson, can chip over the top.
Pretty nicely.
Holman needs the ball to sit for him. He gets it over to King, but can't take it. Quainer easily gets rid of him.
Harrison
Harrison can't take the mark.
Kenny off the chest the first time, but
Goes to Noble.
Noble
Noble and Dacos.
took on by hand.
Dacos can go, and he finds Jamie Elliott.
Elliott
Wait,
name
why is he squeaking?
Fumbles kill you. Couldn't get the bounce he wanted at Holman, but he was able to tap the ball forward. Ben King unable to pick it up. Instant turnover, and as they've done so often tonight, as soon as they turn it
It's the
over,
Pies.
it's into a scoring opportunity.
They haven't kicked a goal, for a little bit. Like, it's been almost the whole quarter since they kicked a goal. I'm going to have to get one more goal.
in the first half for Jamie Elliott. We saw
Elliott
Elizabeth kick one from similar position in that
misses. There's the goey.
few angry players on the sidelines as you touched on.
Hang on. It's 50 metres.
Umpires just trying to get things back in order with the 50 metres. It's coming back to centre half back.
Well, they basically kicked there anyway.
Give away a free kick off the ball.
It will be in the centre though.
So it just should be 50 from where the ball is. Make it a maximum penalty. You just take that completely out of the game.
Or Josh Dacos gets it there.
They just don't like using the corridor, the Suns. I mean, they use the corridor the least of all the 18 teams in the competition.
Yeah, Gold Coast. Yeah, Gold Coast just don't really Yeah, they kind of don't use the corridor that well. Tiger goes to Weller. We're down the line to Swallow. It's a Swallow now. Has the opportunity. Swallow goes down the line. And fly up. Weller. But he's collected by Murphy. And that's been given hole in the ball. Interestingly enough, I don't know if that was hole in the ball. But yeah. This rate, like, honestly, like, the rest of the game, I feel like it's kind of pointless. Dacos is collected. And there's frustration here. There's a bit of a fight. There's been a couple of these throughout the game. Good escape for Franklin. Hopefully you're going well, mate. Good to see you. And we'll be going over to the Port Adelaide versus Essendon game after this. Nick Dacos. Go. Cameron in the pocket. Will Power gets a hand on that. Humphrey. I mean, the Suns at one stage, like, they weren't even able to win anything. Just lift it up. He all had to do well to get a kick away. It's on the ball. No, I don't do AFL fantasy. I do tipping, but that's about, yeah. That's about all I do with that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is a quarter. There's not been a goal yet. McCreary. Or Collins. Oh, it looked like he marked that, but Cameron goes and kicks the Pies. First one in a while. So there we go. Collingwood, that brings up the 100 as well. We're doing in style. Yeah, it's just not been the Suns' evening, has it? How much time? There's still 13 minutes left.
20 goals, 80 kicked last year, just one this season has primarily been a ruckman, of course.
What team do you go for? I go for the Swans.
65 points. Now, coming into the game, I didn't think that was the gap between these two teams, but it's been alarming. It's a reality check for the Suns, though. I mean, when you play in the big league, when you play with the big boys, these are the standards, the levels that you have to hit, where you get blown away.
Absolute reality check, yeah. Shows when you play like the best in the comp where you really are.
That's a great kick, that one from Powell. Going back into the corridor as opposed to the last one where he went wide.
He threatened to use his left in the end, though. He was things a bit more constricted and difficult. Somehow gets back his way. Straight into more congestion. There's not much of a
Need Collingwood between 60 to 69. Well, that could easily happen. That's right, you know that it's currently the margin.
They finally used the corridor because it was available. Mac Andrew gets on the end of it and handball straight to grass. It's just a basic skill error.
Yeah, Gold Coast will be ripped into for this. I mean, it's against a good side, a really good side, but
Just like to see the Suns use that corridor more often when they get the opportunity. Present itself
just
on
a
that occasion. How much of this change
absolute smashing.
because of the way Collingwood
Getting close to it. Oh, we got 30 viewers. We got up 30 viewers. That's a good. So my record was 52 for the prelim final stream, which is Collingwood playing as well in the Sydney.
notoriously high pressure team, Collingwood. No, they don't normally have to be because they've normally got the ball too.
You're getting on AFL and women's
As we continue to
basketball.
the best team in the competition.
ball spinning towards Myercheck. Collins.
Instead of bounce.
Spoiling
Man, this game it's dragged us to get through this game.
Collingwood's makeup. Goals from full 50 stoppages. And in big finals, they're worth their weight in gold. We've seen them separate preliminary finals, semi-finals in the past. This is the one area where I don't absolutely know they've got a plan.
Adams is on the move. Ballard. Mitchell coughing it down.
Mitchell.
Coughs it up.
Elliott
Elliott Hunt
snaps it and goals.
successfully.
Another one for the Pies.
For Jamie Elliott.
It's at 71 points.
Don't know if it's a plan, Kingy, but if you get numbers around the ball, you work hard, things happen, don't they? Yeah, and it's good to see. I mean, that's a small forward, following up with some pressure, staying involved. Adams gets the handball up and he's there. He's there to make them pay. That's the one area I think they can still do some more blocks and to get one player free, make him the hit-to target, get creative with your ruck advantage.
You see some players just hold hands up like this.
He's had a day, hasn't he?
His best return since that 6 he bagged against the Crows.
It's funny though, I've seen him play better games, more stylish games, take
And those his 5 goals as well for Jamie Elliott.
He's done what he's needed to do and finished with 5.
An amazing game from him. And just from the Collingwood team as well. Like, they have absolutely dominated the Suns in this one.
Not at this stage, no. Saw him training with the midfield group during the week.
Really been on Dacos.
Vince is going to get a look in there.
Does go to Noble, can't quite. Swallow
Swallow.
kicks, Moore gets kick away. Jeez, that did not look like 15 metres at all.
And if it did, it's 50. It's 50. Yeah.
Closer and closer.
So look at it. He's going to travel 5 metres.
Go.
He can laugh about it.
Could this be the shortest kick in history paid to Mark? We're going to get confirmation.
Oh, that's ridiculous. He could have all
Imagine that, like, decides like a grand final. A kick about 2 metres. 71 points the difference.
King scores for the day.
Ben King, yeah, hasn't scored all day.
Close to the man of the mark, but
Score with this one, but it's a minor score. That guy said Gold Coast will finish on 38. The fact that they're on 38 right now is quite crazy.
Maynard, another injury, a different one this time.
Do you think Collingwood will
great takes it from the field.
be live on TV? Oh yeah, definitely. They definitely will be. Every Friday night game will be on TV.
Days. You've got to protect Braden from himself sometimes.
When he hurt his shoulder before, he refused to come off. He was just happy to stay out there.
Maynard up to the wing. Rychek tried it on.
Lipinski
Suns front.
sends the pass career, but power's too strong. 70 now the margin. Yep.
Anderson floats one across to Ballard.
I feel like
Found a little gap at centre half back.
it's gonna be weird to
Short to
like getting through the rest of this game. It's like nothing was gonna happen from the point like just Collingwood dominating, but that doesn't even really happen. He's going to the rooms. What about that from Darcy Moore as well? Huge one. What a Nick Dacos.
Nick Dacos doing what all good accumulators do, heading down deep into defence just to get a couple of cheapies. Up to 32 disposals.
12-1 in a contest and 10 in the
I mean, this game kind of makes me feel like I don't want to string for the rest.
Now Mitchell, Andrew,
I do still feel like, yeah, doing that now.
Josh Dacos.
Josh Dacos.
Bring the handball aside.
Go Adams position well.
Adams and Atkins. Adams back to
Go to
Beck.
Pendlebury.
Chipped it up. And
Just goes to the chip.
there.
Elliott.
Elliott.
He's kicked 5 goals today.
Opportunity, but
Had a really good game.
as the ball jarred loose, power.
Power runs away with it. As a cult sport, I don't personally like Collingwood, but I absolutely hate Gold Coast. I really hope Collingwood wins. I don't know why you hate Gold Coast. Is like who would hate Gold Coast? Even like Brisbane fans, like an egg footy. Who wants Gold Coast to do well? Gold Coast, they're going to score. Surely they ain't kick a goal here. Flanders. He even misses. Hey, Brett Bailey, another $2 donation. Get around it. It's 69 points though. 69 points, lol. Nice. Still 8 minutes. Yeah.
Got subbed off. Lynchy, they had one after the other. Got hurt.
Absolutely.
I mean, Collingwood, they would not want injuries. The last thing that they'd want from here on in.
Can we get another one there?
And as you said, Hutto, Maynard
You winner kick or something. Oh, Bobby Hill. He can really go. He'll hand it off to Mychek. Mychek can go for Cox. And he won't quite get him. Elliott. Pressure. Long. Kick. Just handled around, rather. Fiorani has a footy. How much time left? Only got 7.5 minutes to go.
And they love it. They love it. Look at the Magpie back six getting over high fives. It's that trade up defence. If you see the ball hanging in the air or a loose
No, I
ball,
don't.
press up, create a spoil or a tackle, force the intercept if you can. Brilliant to watch.
Margin 69.
Mitchell with the footy. Hands it out.
Two goals of this final.
Atkins to Anderson. Anderson will go long. Can Gold Coast just get some late joy at least? Oh, Quainer. The Pies defence just won't live in. No, I don't. You know, it's the stream is kind of is fading by the moment when you get questions like that. 999 playbacks currently. It reads as it's going to be 1,000. Jeez, we've got 32 viewers watching as well. It's crazy how these end up being like the ones that get plenty of views. Crisp. She's probably held on to it though, jeez. Just asking, yeah. Lipinski to Dacos. Dacos to Lipinski. Lipinski to Taylor Adams, who fumbles, surprisingly, but he's taken high. Goes to Noble. Noble can give to Josh Dacos. He can go for home. Old Collingwood have players everywhere. Hoskin Elliott. And he'll be the one who finishes off the job.
I know they're out everywhere, there are options everywhere, but he sold like he was going to go wide to the pocket and just pulled it back to the top of the square.
Yeah, that's where all the Suns defenders got drawn out on the lead. And in the end, it'll turn Collingwood.
After this, I've got to find someone streaming the Australia vs China FIFA Women's football game on 30 minutes. Is that in the World Cup? Oh no, it's a basketball game. So Collingwood bring the margin up to 75 points. Gee whiz. What do you play? Not like many of those games, really. I'm gonna quickly take a break, and I'm gonna quickly do something. I'll be back really soon. I will still make sure to stream. Yeah, the game afterwards. Although I'm not feeling that motivated after this, but yeah. Alright, I'll be back soon. I was just gonna quickly do something. I'm back. feel the game afterwards, it could be good, but I kind of feel tired of streaming. I don't know if I'm going to do it. This stream as well has been good. I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. Can we get to, we're only 2 away from the milestone. So yeah, quickly refresh. 3,948. And we've gone past 1,000 playbacks as well. Do you enjoy streaming? Yeah, I enjoy streaming, especially when I can get to chat with people. That's good. Although, I don't know if I want to stream the other game. I did say I was going to, but feels kind of flat after this game. So, yeah. Yeah. Have you guys enjoyed the stream? I hope you have. At least, although it's just been a frustrating game. For neutrals in a way. You'd be sweet. I don't know what you mean by that really, but yeah. Okay. Like double headers, I feel like they're just very streamed as well. Like it's just 2 games to stream. So yeah. If this game was better, I would have felt, more encouraged to stream the next game, but damn. This has been a good stream? Yeah. Yeah, I just don't feel like really streaming. Yeah. Yeah. Markov, still going. Goes to Markov. Go to the top. Lipinski. Can the Pies get one more? Taylor Adams. He squeezes it through. It's 80 points. Collingwood lead by now. That's the cherry on top. The exclamation point on the Pies' performance. If you stream the women's, we'll go I'll send you $10. Seriously? But no, I don't feel like too much about doing something like that. Shows what you do when you go through the corridor. Like I saw that the Suns, you don't really take on the corridor at all. Yeah. Not quite able to play against this fast pass side. They got over 119, hell yeah. Your prediction though, like, what was your prediction? Like, 100, when they got over 119 though, it's confused. Gold Coast lost a lot of percentage though. Sydney really had a big opportunity. All the sides haven't, performed really. Adelaide's the one who've won. We've still got Essendon, we'll see. Roses misses. Yeah, it's just a terrible loss. 79 points, the margin. Jeez. Yep, I'm not gonna do the second stream. Yep. Honestly, when Port Adelaide play Collingwood, that's gonna be an absolute ripper. Here goes Bobby Hill. Collingwood still aren't done with. It's a bit of a grubby kick. Elliott, he's already kicked 5. It looks like he's almost being held on to there. The Pies with the pressure. The pressure, yeah, it just keeps on going. Suds finally get it out in a bit of space. Ellis, we've got under 2 minutes left. Finds Ainsworth. Geez, there's still that young Suns fan on the TV waving. Oh, Mitch G going bang with the $20. Oh my god, $20. He seriously just donated $20, Mitch G. Oh my god, dude, that is a hype way to end this stream. Huge W. Yeah, that's by far like the biggest donation I've had. Gee whiz. How about that from Mitchy G?
Perfect swing man for the Pies at the minute.
Buy you something, bro.
One last search forward.
$20 out of nowhere. I was not expecting that. I've had some good donations this stream as well, you know.
Side by potentially McStay.
We've now had a $26 revenue.
Just yet. They may just need someone who can
How much time left? There's under a minute to go. Results sewn up. And honestly, this game makes me kind of not that inspired to stream the game after. Brody Marchek seems cooked. Anyone else got a couple bucks, please? They're going to score again. Can Gold Coast end on a better note? Humphrey's going to go long. This could be a goal. Oh, but it's behind. Oh, Brett Bailey, speaking of donations, we're going ham on the donations now. 78 point is now going to be probably the full-time margin. Here in the Sunshine State. But this is going to be, the siren's going to sound, and it's going to be an emphatic Collingwood win, and a very poor performance by the Suns. This is probably arguably one of the biggest statements yet. They've absolutely smashed a Gold Coast side on the Gold Coast by 78 points. And also, it's actually turned out to be, 42 viewers. I don't know why so many people are coming in to watch at this current stage. We're almost at the viewer record. I think this could be my normal. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't, we'll try and get the last sub for 3,950 subs. Dude, what is with the viewers? Are the viewers? Is this a glitch in the system? I mean, the stream's not been the greatest. At least, you know, actually the stream was, but the game's just been really poor. Yeah, not great at all from the Suns. But it's great Magpie footy. And $29 charity. Brett Bailey's just donated again. Oh my god. And again. Brett, you're going ham on these donations. You're hitting the bloody stream off with as much as you want to give. You're giving your all. I like you having a crack. Only way to go in life. Cheers, mate. Nick Dacos another 36 touches in a goal. He seems like he has 36 every single game. Good effort, Brett. Yeah, Brett, but tough to match. We've got $32 in the revenue though. That is, and they're all US dollars as well, so it's hard to know what it calculates to in Aussie dollars. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this stream. And by the way, if you think I'm on to the next stream, I just don't feel that inspired really. Like this game just kind of, you know, when you stream games that just aren't that interesting, it kind of just puts your spirits down in the way. But yeah, still good stream nonetheless. Winners tip the dealers, bro. Yeah, I'm 5 out of 5 in tips this round. It's good. We've almost hit the viewer record as well. It's quite remarkable. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Leave a like if you did, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will probably be the tips video next week. But yeah, see you all later.